What's up, folks? Welcome back to the Sin Bin. We have a lot of awesome stuff to talk about today, so let's just get right to it. Reggie Bush this last week became the very first person in the history of the Heisman Trophy to have to return his Heisman Trophy because the NCAA investigation found that he and his family accepted inappropriate gifts and cash from agents while he was a student at USC. And of course, we all know that's not allowed. Student athletes do not get paid, ever. So when he was ruled ineligible then for the 2005 season, USC was stripped of a lot of wins, and the Heisman Trust was beginning to talk about whether or not they were going to take back the trophy, and Reggie Bush, seeming like he was doing the big thing, gave back the trophy. Now, this is why I say seeming, because even though USC returned their replica copy of Bush's Heisman Trophy, and even though the NCAA put huge sanctions on USC for these violations, and even though Reggie Bush himself decided to return this trophy, he does not admit any guilt. Well, I made my choice, and it's regrettable that I made those choices and those mistakes, but I'm really not guilty. But you said you made mistakes, right? Yes, I did say that. So then you did this, right? No, I didn't say that. But you said you have to accept the consequences of your mistakes, right? Yep. And the mistakes are those things that were against NCAA regulations, right? One would assume that. So you're guilty then? No, I'm not. My God, it's easier to talk to Brett Favre about whether or not he's retiring. He says that he is trying to be a grown man about this, and take the man's way out. But let me tell you something that I have learned in my short 28 years in this world. Every single grown man that I know is capable of admitting when he was wrong, and is capable of accepting the blame and taking the lumps that they deserve when they do something wrong. So the action of giving the trophy back willingly was the start in the right direction, but if he is a real man, he would come out and admit this right away. I mean, the NCAA investigated, we know it. It's not like we're sitting here wondering that it's a maybe possibly happen. I don't think anyone would take away that significant of a trophy on a he might have sort of situation. This is a very clear he did, yet he's not capable of taking responsibility. At any rate, he's now out for 6 weeks with a leg injury, so I guess that might be just a little bit of karma going back to see him. Then, interesting news out of Philadelphia today. Apparently, Andy Reid has decided to go back to Michael Vick as the starting quarterback for the team. Now, this, of course, is just a couple of years out from Michael Vick's imprisonment from dogfighting. We're all aware of this. Now, I have to say, this is a little interesting for a couple of reasons. First, I, of course, am just a huge fan of the fact that a convicted dogfighting felon is still allowed to play in the NFL. Plus, second, this is really out of character for Andy Reid. I mean, Andy Reid, let's think about this, for years was hounded and just completely and totally pressured from all points to get rid of Donovan McNabb for years and years and years. And he always said, no, Donovan is my man as long as I'm the coach here. Until this year. So then, McNabb gets traded. He's very clearly going with Kevin Cobb, and suddenly now he just sort of swaps his mind about that. It just doesn't seem like him. But still, you're going to replace a guy because he had a good game against Detroit. Detroit Lions, a combined 3-39 for the last 3 years in the NFL. They've been making a lot of quarterbacks look really, really good for the last 3 years. So if you're trying to promote a guy based off of his performance against Detroit, perhaps you might need to have your judgment questioned. At any rate, we actually have a very special guest joining us today. For more on this particular event, we have Michael Vick joining us today, and we're going to go right to him right now to get his comments. So, Michael, how do you feel about this whole situation? Well, it's definitely a dog-eat-dog world in the NFL. And, if you're playing well, you're going to get rewarded. Interesting choice of words. Okay, what would you say was the biggest factor in all of this? Well, see, I got the scent of this job early on in the Packers game, and I felt like I could just explode if someone just took me off my leash, man. And when I finally got in the game, I was just like a pit bull, man, on raw meat. Once again, your analogies are puzzling to me. One last question. So, how long do you think that you will be able to keep the starting job? Well, I'm pretty much willing to do anything to keep this job. I thought that, if someone asks, I'll be able to sit, I'll stay, I'll shake hands, I'll speak up if people want me to. You know what, if someone asks, I'd probably roll over. Right. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming to the... Oh, I'm sorry, I have just one more question. Never mind. For more on this story, we go to our completely tactless correspondent, Clinton Portis. Clinton! Well, dogfighting is really nobody's business. If he wants to, that's really his business. And, it's just bad that people would try, hold that against him. Because, really, it's his business. It's not that big a deal. I grew up down south in, Louisiana, where people do that in, every back road there is. I could take you one if you want to. It's like we could just go right now. It's just around the corner, and I could totally take you. And it'd be totally cool, but it'd be sad that people hold it against him because he's a positive role model in the community. But plus, hey, at least on the good side, now that he's back playing in the league, now he can have all those lady reporters come walking through the locker room again, and they can totally because clearly that's all women reporters want to do is just go by and look at his package, because that's what all women dream of, right? So now just obviously some of those women are going to want him again, and he can do that, and that'd be awesome. Wow, just sorry about that, folks. But as I said, he is our completely tactless reporter. Anyway, those are our stories for today. Thanks for swinging by the Sin Bin. Make sure you subscribe to the vlog page here, and make sure you subscribe to the blog page here. Welcome to the sinbin.blogspot.com. Let me know what else you want to see. I've been thinking about trying to add in a kind of a picks type of video on Saturdays or Fridays or something like that. Let me know if you guys think that would be something worth doing. And once again, thanks for taking the time to watch. See ya.